Today on Studio G, reporter Tommy Laren gives us the latest on the Affordable Care Act.
Bree Bradley will give us the latest in the world of motorsports.
And Jamie Seymour will be talking to Studio G alumna Angelina Dixon to find out about life after graduation. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Studio G starts now! Welcome to the fall semester's first edition of Studio G. I'm Honey Love.
And I'm Christina Davies. After years of debate, Obamacare is set to roll out tomorrow, but not without a fight. Tommy Laren has more on the ongoing controversy in Congress.
Let the showdown begin. The Patient Protection Affordable Care Act, better known as Obamacare, is set to kick in when open enrollment begins on October 1st, with coverage and services beginning in January. It has been a battle to implement Obamacare. The act was passed in March of 2010 without a single Republican vote and survived a constitutional challenge in June of last year. Senator Ted Cruz of Texas has vowed to lead the charge against the new Health Care Act.
Every Republican has been outspoken and eloquent against Obamacare.
This last-ditch effort by some Republicans to defund Obamacare threatens to shut down the government. If both houses cannot agree on a bill by midnight on Monday, the government will shut down. President Obama calls the Republican antics irresponsible and says undoing Obamacare is not going to happen.
That's why many Republican senators and many Republican governors have urged Republicans to knock it off, pass a budget, and move on.
Nevada's own Harry Reid believes the Senate has done its job.
This is it. Time is gone. Our rules are different from the House. The bill would pass the House. The bill that we just passed would pass the House overwhelmingly. The Speaker had the courage to bring it to the floor and let 435 members of the House of Representatives vote.
On Friday, Reid won approval 54-44 to restore Obamacare funding. One thing is for sure, it will be a battle till the bitter end. For Studio G, I'm Tommy Laren.
We will keep you updated on the looming government shutdown as the story unfolds.
And are you tired of those automatic robot calls? Well, you're not the only one. Starting today, you might just be able to get them out of your life for good. A new invention called No More Robo is debuting today. The winner of the contest by the Federal Trade Commission to end automatic calls. It is a free download and works by intercepting robot calls and announcing that blocking feature is working for now. This service is available to users of Vonage, Fios, and Optimum, but will become available to subscribers of larger companies as demand increases. And coming up after the break, Katie McLean will have your daily weather forecast. Stay tuned.
The School of Engineering, located on the northwest side of campus, offers a wide variety of classes and activities. The Great Hall inside the Thomas T. Green Engineering Complex features an array of the school's accomplishments and work, such as their annual cement canoe competition and bridge design competition. Students participate. Named after Howard Hughes, this school took claim to new heights.
Your community's farmers market. Welcoming, lively, friendly. A place where neighbors and friends come together to celebrate their community. With over 50 vendors, organic, sustainable, fresh produce are available just for you. Support and buy local at Fresh 52.
With Halloween just around the corner, another wild hair salon gives us some beauty pointers. Reporter Ashley Schaefer has more.
Another wild hair salon, located on Washington and Buffalo, gave us some easy tips and tricks when applying special effects makeup.
There's a ton of really inexpensive, just random things. My favorite to use is probably stuff that you wouldn't even think to use. Like you can use tissue paper and eyelash glue to make bullet holes or things like that. And you can use a ton of YouTube videos.
All of these cosmetologists use tissue paper when applying scars and cuts.
Make sure you're using a proper adhesive underneath, because if you don't, everything will fall off.
Okay.
Make sure your face is nice and clean, not oily and gross, and you get everything to stick really well.
Easy items can make a huge difference when it comes to your Halloween costume.
Contacts is a very good thing for different costumes.
Now that we have an idea how to apply makeup and keep it on, how do you get it off this Halloween?
Hot soapy water. It sounds so simple, but it is.
Make sure you use a little bit of baby oil.
Okay.
That will help to take some of that off of there. And some good baby shampoo or baby wash and stuff.
Applying Halloween makeup, keeping it on, and taking it off all seem quite simple. If I could do special effect makeup, so can you. Try something new this Halloween. I'm Ashley Schaefer. Back to you at Studio G.
Thanks to those tips and tricks, Halloween should be a little easier this year. Now we'll send it over to a huge fan of Halloween. Katie McLean has our weather forecast today.
Good afternoon, UNLV and Las Vegas. Today it is 81 degrees outside. It's a beautiful day for hiking. You know, it's about lunchtime, so if you get a break off of work, go to, Red Rock or your local park and just have a nice breakfast. So we'll see how it is. Today we have a high of 81, like I said, and we have a low of 62. We're about, 10 degrees off what we were on our usual average this time of year, but that's okay because, it's still nice and sunny outside. As you can see with our current weather, you can see up as we get north, you get into your 70s and 60s, but down here where we are in Las Vegas and Arizona, we're still in our 80s, which is pretty nice for us, a little break from the heat. So you can see that. As you can see with our national satellite radar, we have local rains up here in the northwest, and then down here in the southeast. You can just see that they're just about missing where we are here, and then the Midwest is just having time of their life. So let's see. We have up here in the 70s and 80s, pretty much all around, the United States. You can see a little bit of 60s, but not so bad. Sunshine all around, nothing too bad to worry about. In our extended forecast, you can see we'll be in the 80s most of this week, lows of 70s and 60s, so make sure to pack a nice sweater or a light jacket, just in case it gets chilly on your nights out. And that's about it. Stay tuned, Studio G. We'll be right back with Trackside with Bree Bradley.
My name is James Grant.
King Louie here.
This is Jennifer.
Crystal May McGuerza.
I'm Savannah. Zoe here.
This is your boy Miles Lowe.
Christian FGY.
Kaylin Hype. And I'm Jay Luna.
My Mind's Music.
Gonzo Radio.
Combox Radio.
Join us for happy hour.
The Miles Lowe Midweek Show.
Ill Vibe Theory.
On KUNV.
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 KUNV HD2. 91.5 The Rebel.
Broadcast on Repcast.com.
I think what a lot of people don't realize, we provide 1,300 hot meals a day through 3 of our kitchens. We have about 650 people sleeping in beds provided by the Salvation Army every night. We have 127,000 of people that we touch every year. It's huge, and people have no idea that we do more than have thrift stores and ring bells at Christmas.
afternoon, race fans. Thanks for tuning in to this week's segment of Studio G's Trackside, featuring updates in the world of motorsports. With emotions high and memories in their hearts this weekend, off-road racers lined up to pay tribute the best way they know how, and that's putting on an exciting race. Traxxas Off-Road Championship Series hosted the second ever Rick Huseman Memorial Cup to honor brothers Rick and Jeff Huseman, who tragically died in a plane crash in 2011. The cup race began with Rick's truck being paraded around the course by brother Kevin Huseman. During a Le Mans start, Pro 2s left the line in a drag race towards the green flag, followed by Pro 4s 15 seconds later. While Bryce Menzies held off the field as long as he could, the second half of the race was a Red Bull versus Monster showdown, with Bryce Menzies and CJ Greaves trying to hold off Kyle LeDuc, Ricky Johnson, and Johnny Greaves. It was a battle until the end that eventually led to Ricky Johnson finishing first, Kyle LeDuc second, and Bryce Menzies third. This was Ricky Johnson's second Huseman Memorial Cup win in just as many years. Taking a look at a whole different style of racing, just a few weeks ago, NASCAR handed down one of the most significant penalties in the sport's history, a penalty that inevitably alters this year's chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. NASCAR penalized Michael Waltrip Racing for actions detrimental to the stock car racing world, along with a $300,000 fine for the organization. Each team was docked 50 driver and owner points from their total after the race in Richmond, Virginia. The penalties came after NASCAR spent 2 days investigating what it called an attempt to manipulate the outcome of the race. This shakes things up a little bit, since NASCAR then decided for the first time in stock car history there would be not 12, but 13 drivers allowed to compete in the 2013 championship. With all the changes, this year's Sprint Cup chase, it doesn't seem to be affecting five-time champion Jimmy Johnson, considering his win last night at Dover International Motor Speedway. With 7 races left in the chase, in the current point standings have Matt Kenseth leading Jimmy Johnson by 8 points. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Jeff Gordon rounding out your top 5. That's going to do it for your today's news in the industry of speed. Thanks for tuning in to this week's segment of Trackside. Keeping with the fast-paced, Studio G reporter Bianca Valdez visited Las Vegas Motor Speedway this weekend to check out the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Let's take a look.
NASCAR Smith's 350 Camping World Truck Series did not disappoint race fans this weekend. They got to see an amazing race filled with all the familiar signs of NASCAR.
The noise, the sound, the smells, everything just, it's super fun to just come out and watch, hang out for a little while.
And of course, high speeds.
Just the sheer speed of the trucks, it's amazing. It's hard to comprehend 180 miles an hour when you're sitting at home on, watching on TV.
But not all spectators were avid race fans.
This is my first ever NASCAR race. I've never been even interested in it, but a lot more exciting than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be watching around and around, but this is really exciting.
Les Smith was surprised to see the talent of the drivers. One of them was Herman Quiroga, who was the first Mexico-born driver to win a pole position. At his first NASCAR race in Las Vegas, he came in 7th place. But it was Timothy Peters, driver of truck number 17, who pulled off the win.
Last restart with 3 to go, it gave me the opportunity to get a good launch and get a great start.
That last restart was forced by the only female driver, Jennifer Cobb, when she hit the wall on her second turn. After any kind of incident, drivers are required to slow down and remain behind the precaution truck. Once it leaves the track, drivers are allowed to restart, and Peters was neck and neck with 2011's winner, Ron Hornaday.
The new rule played into my hand tonight where I could beat him to the line where before you couldn't beat the number 1 starter.
The rule he is talking about allows second place drivers to beat the first place driver during precautions.
I could see it coming off turn 4 and I had a pretty sizable lead. They got pretty emotional.
This is the finish line. This is where it all ended. Timothy Peters crossed the line first, winning the Camping Truck World Series. It was a competitive race with almost a new leader every 5 laps. But as always, Las Vegas had a good time here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. For Studio G, this is Bianca Valdez.
And thanks, Bianca. Those races are always full of speed and excitement. NASCAR returns to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway in March for the Sprint Cup Series.
This weekend, UNLV women's cross-country team hosted their first and only home meet of the season at Sunset Park. Jordan Hardy has more on the story and then joins us for more UNLV sports.
The women's cross-country team hosted an invitational meet on Saturday at Sunset Park. The Running Rebels host a home meet once a year and hope to tie the community in with the university. Earlier this week, head coach Jabri Harris talked about his hopes for the meet.
Yes, I plan on having a lot more meets here in the future. I will definitely like to make this meet bigger year by year as we continue to host this home meet. Seeing the community evolve is a win-win situation.
There was a great turnout, and the Rebels finished second in the collegiate meet against Southern Utah and Dixie State. First place finisher for the Rebels, Ajane Crow-Carter, talks about her team's performance and the attendance of the meet.
I think that we kind of can take it as learning what we need to do better. It was a good learning experience. It was a fast course. Some of the girls got PRs, so that's good. Our coach is trying really hard to get the alumni back in, and a couple of them are here today, and he's trying to market us more so more people know about us.
The community was excited to participate in the races.
Here, Sunset Park is a good place to hold a cross-country event because it has a good terrain, with the grass and nice gravel area as well as running around the pond. So that's nice scenery all the way around.
Coach Harris sums up the meet and his hopes for the future.
We have a lot of young talent that are learning each other right now, but I think as a whole we're, if not about the same, if not slightly ahead. But I know in the future this program is going to be a whole lot better than what we are. So I'm very excited about that.
For Studio G, I'm Jordan Hardy.
UNLV heads to La Jolla, California in 2 weeks for their next competition at the Triton Classic. In other sports news, UNLV athletics had a game-filled weekend. Women's soccer began conference play on Friday and defeated Boise State 2-1, but lost to Utah State yesterday by 1. Men's soccer played Sacramento State and beat them 1-0. Men's golf took fourth yesterday at the William H. Tucker Tournament in New Mexico, and women's volleyball shut out Reno in 3 matches on Friday to add points to the Rebels for the Governor's Series. Last but not least, football began conference with New Mexico with a win to go in the record books. UNLV defeated the Lobos 56-42. Quarterback Caleb Herring and receiver Devontae Davis were connecting touchdown after touchdown, and running back Tim Cornette had a career-high 179 yards on 25 carries for 3 touchdowns. This was the first road game win for the Rebels since October 2009, and they are looking to continue the winning streak in 2 weeks against Hawaii at Sam Boyd Stadium. To add to that, Tim Cornette is less than 300 yards away from beating the former record on rushing that hasn't been broken since 1974. So stay tuned to Studio G. When we get back, Jamie Seymour will be talking to our guest, Angelina Dixon.
Where is the moment we need it the most? You kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. Tell me your blue skies fade to gray. Tell me your passion's gone away, and I don't need no carrying on. You stand in the line just to hit a new low. You're faking a smile with the coffee to go. And tell me your life's been way offline. Time, and I don't need no carrying on, 'cause you had a bad day.
The School of Engineering, located on the northwest side of campus, offers a wide variety of classes and activities. The Great Hall inside the Thomas T. Bean Engineering Complex features an array of the school's accomplishments and work, such as their annual cement canoe competition and bridge design competition that select students participate in. Named after Howard Hughes, this school takes learning to new heights.
Welcome back. Joining us today is a friend of Studio G, Angelina Dixon. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so you're an editor at Channel 8, right?
KLAS, yes.
Okay, so what do you do in your position there?
So basically everything you see on I edit the 5 p.m. newscast. So everything you see, the video, I edit it down to the anchor's script and everything. So sometimes I do little packages from CNN. Headlines are my favorite. That's kind of like the mini packages of the newscast for me. It's just very fun. It's fun to be a part of such a great team there, and everyone's very supportive. If you want to advance and everything, everyone's very supportive, very encouraging. So that is what I do over there. So it's a great time. It's very exhilarating.
All right. Well, what have been some of your experiences since you began at Channel 8? Did you start off as an editor?
I started off as an editor. I'm still an editor currently. And right now I'm just kind of working on my reporting reel and my producer reel. So I have that from Studio G here, so I'm just kind of adding on to them. And it never hurts to keep them current and add on to them as you want to advance for the future. So I've been doing that currently with cameramen and reporters, as well as shadowing producers during some of the lighter times of the day. So, like for instance, the 11 p.m. newscast would probably be a nice lighter time of the day, not too much going on, not too much breaking news. So those are the times to really get with people and shadow them and just kind of pave your way for advancement.
Okay, cool. Well, are you looking to stay in Las Vegas, or are you planning on moving on anytime soon?
Well, here's the thing. So I want to stay here in Vegas and advance however I can, either the producer route or the reporter route. But it's kind of hard to do, to become a reporter here in Vegas with the markets that we have. So it would probably be a better chance of me becoming a reporter in a smaller market, of course, in a smaller town, maybe in California, of my preference. But I'll go anywhere. The only thing that will hold me back a little bit is probably my mom at home. She doesn't want her baby moving out and the usual. But yeah, that is the plan right now. So.
Well, it's good to hear. How has Studio G helped you prepare for this upcoming move and with reporting?
I have a lot to say about that. Well, Studio G, for all of the newcomers, if you don't know already by now, Studio G is a major paveway. It's your stepping stones to the future. And I think if you don't already know that by now, that is something to hold very dear to. This is where you develop. This is where you learn. This is where you grow. And if you are serious about becoming a reporter or a sports broadcaster, an entertainment journalist, an anchor, whatever, this is your first stop. This is where you grow. And this is where you train. This is where you discipline to move on to the future, wherever that may be. But you have to stay disciplined. You have to be here. So that's my words of encouragement.
Okay, well, for the current people that are in Studio G, what is your advice for them as they're getting ready for graduation and moving on?
One of the things that I haven't already mentioned is whatever your major is right now, try to stay with it after you graduate, especially since considering you spent all that money, whether it's from your money, your parents' money, a scholarship, the government, regardless, try to stay with it, because you don't want to graduate and then go off flipping burgers somewhere and just spending, wasting all that money on a degree that you've worked so hard for. That is one of the main things. And going back to becoming, a journalist in the field, you just really have to stay disciplined. You have to be here. You have to be responsible and keep going. No matter who brings you down in the field, if they tell you, no, you can't advance because you've done this for so long, don't listen to them. Be very optimistic. Keep going.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And stay tuned. We will be right back with Studio G.
Where is the moment we needed the most? You kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. Tell me your blue skies fade to gray. Tell me your passion's gone away, and I don't need no carrying on. You stand in the line just to hit a new low. You're faking a smile with the coffee to go. And tell me your life 'cause you had a bad day.
More and more people are becoming homeless for numerous reasons on a daily basis. But there's one place where those people can go for help. Reporter China Green gives us information on the local Las Vegas rescue mission.
I'm standing here at the Las Vegas Rescue Mission where since 1970 they've been helping the hungry, the homeless, and the hurting right here in Las Vegas on Bonanza Street.
The Las Vegas Rescue Mission takes care of the local homeless in our community by serving the evening meal each evening. We serve an average of 350 to 1,000 meals every night, and we take care of our residents that without us they would be homeless on our streets. They stay with us for 12 months at a time in our residency program, and we transform them back into society after the 12-month period. We try to keep the experience for our residents like a normal life for them. So today is like a field trip for them if they were to go out with friends and family, and they're going to go play a softball game. This is our first annual. We have a majority of our residents going out, and they're going to have a barbecue with hot dogs and hamburgers and chips and sodas and things.
Thanks to the Las Vegas Rescue Mission, lives are going back to normal and smiles are being created. From Studio G, I'm China Green.
For more information on the rescue mission, visit vegasrescue.org. On the subject of Rescue Vegas, Shepherd Rescue, an organization here in Las Vegas Valley, is helping German Shepherds find their forever homes. Reporter Farron Enos has the story.
As Sylvia Easterling plays fetch in her yard with her German Shepherds, one shepherd stands out amongst the rest. Denny is new to the Easterling household, but only for a few weeks.
Denny's amazing. He's sweet. He's really calm. He's a puppy. But you couldn't tell.
So if Denny is such a sweet dog, then why isn't Easterling keeping him? That's because Easterling is a foster mom for Vegas Shepherd Rescue, or VSR, an organization exclusively in Las Vegas that rescues and cares for surrendered, battered, and homeless shepherds. Sherry Dale, a board member for VSR, explains the many benefits of fostering a shepherd.
When you foster a dog, you open up a space in our boarding facility for us to save another dog, which there again opens up a space at the shelter for them to save another dog. So you're not just helping out the dog you're fostering, but you're saving 2 other lives as well.
So what does it take to foster a shepherd? Easterling explains it's not all that easy.
Patience. It's heart-wrenching whenever the dogs that you get attached to and you spend so much time with and love so much, see them walk out the door, but you just got to keep reminding yourself that they're going to a good home. And that's it, I guess.
More information can be found at www.vegasshepherdrescue.com. That's it for today's edition of Studio G. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from around town and the world. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
See ya.
Just keep talking. Act like you love each other.
We do.
Oh, I know, like they're